Hi guys, this is Road Assassin, and today we have the KTM RC 200, the 2021, I'm not sure, 2022 edition I believe. And here is the bike in its full grace and glory. This is going to be a quick introduction to the bike and a walk around what's same, what's new, what has changed, the pricing, the instrument cluster, everything is going to be just going to touch base on it. I've just ridden the bike on the track right now here in Pune, and to begin with, the front look, it isn't what we are used to as per the previous generation, the outgoing generation of the RC series in the KTM family. But what we get is a more usable visor. The bubble visor, as they call it, which actually is more, which makes more sense as it deflects more air from the rider, creating less drag, which is more usable than the outgoing version. And in addition to that, on the fairing itself, these mirrors mounted this way are much more adjustable, okay, and as you can see, they can be moved to two separate levels depending on your lean angles and how you want to set it up for your convenience. So it's much more usable, much more user friendly, depending on whether you're riding on narrow roads, whether you're on a racetrack, whether you are on a highway. Okay, so completely foldable as well, and when neatly tucked in, looks its part, does its job. And the front, obviously, what we were used to were projector lamps, halogens, but for the Indian market, where all of us are very price focused and want bang for the buck, as they say it, is an LED cluster in up and front. You have the integrated LEDs or DRLs, I'm sorry, and you have the integrated turn indicators over there. It is a fresh look. I would say nothing that is followed from the previous generation of the bike. Everything is more user centric, okay, which makes the bike more attractive when you're riding it. Now here is me just turning the instrument cluster on. It is certainly giving you a lot more information, gives you about the ABS info, the stand is down, which gear it is, the gear indicator, the tachometer, the speed indicator, the odometer. You have multiple options to set your ABS options over here, and it has something that we call the Moto ABS system. Okay, we'll get to that in a bit. But here is certain things that has definitely made a huge impact on the vehicle. One, something that remains the same is the price. There is no change when it comes to the ex-showroom price of the vehicle, but there is a lot of change when it comes to the bike. It is a BS6 compliant vehicle, and trust me when I tell you this, that the bike is not at all lethargic. The bike is peppy, it's ready to sprint, it's got the grunt, it's got the torque all the way through, no matter which gear you're in. And how they managed to do this is, normally the BS6 engines are much more heavier. They've cut corners and kept the weight also low by having these new discs which do not have the entire setup, and they're directly going onto the wheels. The wheels are also lighter because of the number of spokes that have been reduced. The tires, of course, they come with the MRF zappers. They do their part. I cannot really compare it with the mid-cellars, but now look at the major difference here. It comes with the WP upside down shock absorbers, and that I can vouch for is certainly a very, very important aspect. Now, even small changes like your gear shifter, your gear shifters, your brake pedals, they are all way more. It oozes more quality. The build quality of every part of the vehicle is just it's something to commend. What amount of work and focus has been put on the bike. Now, if you look a little more closely here, I'm not sure how I could show you this, but if you look at the silencers, okay, the pipes, they're coated, which means you do not see any rusting on them either. The side stand also has a slight curve in between, which holds the bike in place much more better. Bigger fuel tank, keeping the size of the tank the same. The fuel capacity has increased from 9.5 liters to 13.7 liters, increasing your overall range a lot. And trust me when I say these seats, they are absolutely comfortable to sit on. The previous seats pretty much had no or close to no foam, but this, if you look at my fingers, how much it pushes in, that helps. This part of this, or the split seat, like the distance or the elevation that you see over here, gives a wonderful support for lumbar support for the rider, which is a very, very welcome introduction on the RC. Now, previously the RCs were known as a single rider, it's just a rider's bike, but we in India we have pillions always with us wherever we go, so this seat is way more comfortable. You don't feel like you're sitting on a tailpiece. All right, there's a lot of foam, as you can see here. There's a lot of foam. It's got a Swedish finish to it, okay, a sweet finish to it, which does kind of, not sure whether they are water repellent or they absorb the water. I think they are more water repellent, okay. And these grab rails, really good addition. You are people sitting behind you on the RC would not be scared. The color combination over here is absolutely fantastic. These handlebars are slightly more upright, not making the RC less aggressive, but if you want, you can be aggressive on this bike, I can tell you that. Now, these are height adjustable handlebars over here. They have an adjustability between, if I'm not mistaken, it's between 9 to 13 or 9 to 14 millimeters. That is a big advantage here. Now, an added something that is really new and very useful over here is the split trellis frame. You see the yellow, the orange, the KTM orange rear part of the frame, trellis frame. That is completely separate to where the front portion of the trellis frame is. It's a bolt-on section, adds very well to cost if in case you have to replace it. Now, another very important aspect, I'm not sure whether you can see the curvature here, but the radiators are curved, which increases the amount of air or surface area for the coolant to cool down, which also improves the cooling of the bike extremely well. Now, you would no longer have complaints of the bike heating up. You would find that more usable on the RC390 per se. Now, let me just see the horn on this one. They are much louder than the previous outgoing generation. Well, let's just put the indicators here so that you can have a look at it. Now, these are the integrated indicators, if you can see them very clearly here. So they are really good. It's something really new and catchy over there. These small dot kind of finish, it is not actually something that's that's done on the inner panel. It is something that's on the fiber, the transparent fiber panel. It's a pattern given over there. The instrument cluster overall is extremely readable and user-friendly, and the WP shocks is a really welcome addition here. Overall, the bike is very attractive in the color, the black and KTM orange. I find it, that's my take, it's very attractive. And yeah, now your stops between refueling the bike is going to be much shorter. So that's everything over here, and with this, we're signing out. Here's to all the riders out there, have a great day and ride safely. Follow Road Assassin for more.